Bare Minerals has been rooted in clean, natural minerals and good from earth ingredients for 25 years. This revolutionary way of thinking began with Bare Minerals' best-selling original foundation. Clean formula is made with only 5 mineral ingredients, includes non-chemical mineral sunscreen. Find your new favorite foundation at bareminerals.com. First-time customers will get 15% off when you use the promo code HOUSEWIVES. Bare Minerals, full of what's good, free of what's fake. Lisa's mission is to provide a better night's sleep to everybody. With over 30 years of experience and hundreds of hours of testing, Lisa has developed the perfect mattress for all body shapes and sleeping styles. Give yourself the gift of a better night's rest this holiday. Get $160 off a Lisa mattress at lisa.com/housewives and use the promo code housewives at checkout. That's LEESA.com/housewives. Promo code housewives.
Batter up, hear that call. The time has come for one and all to play ball. We are the members of the All-American League. We come from cities near and far. We've got Canadians, Irishmen, and Swedes. We're all for one, we're one for all. We're all Americans.
We love you, Penny. R.I.P. All right. Now I have to transition from that. Sorry, but
I'm okay with that transition.
But we just wanted to pay tribute.
Yeah, we had to a legend.
Yes.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Case.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Good to be back. I've been gone.
You've been just in the ether.
I've been traveling.
Yeah, all over this great nation.
I really have been. And what I found out is that people are monsters. And you know who's the biggest monster? Me. I'm a monster when I travel, and I really, when I travel.
I don't think I told you this, but before I really knew you that well, and we went to Telluride, I saw you throw a fit, the likes of which only I could do in front of a ticket agent, a gate agent, a baggage claim person.
I'm not my best in the air.
Like, this is not the Danielle I know. I've never seen you yell at anyone.
No, when in the air, I'm not my best, and I've been traveling and I go I Leanne lock in it when I travel. I am bare bones, the lowest of the, I'm in the back. I'm in the steerage. I'm not spending no money.
Right. We all know.
Yes, you remember correctly. Sorry, everybody, I have a cough. But so it makes travel difficult for me because I'm just putting myself in terrible situations. And I was flying on Alaskan Airlines. Shout out to a terrible airline.
Terrible.
Awful. And I used to always take Virgin, and then I think Alaskan bought Virgin. Yeah. And so all they've done, I love Virgin because it was like, you feel like you're like flying in a club. Like it's all like dim, the lights are down. Like
they've got that funky video.
Yeah, it's like a lot of fun. And then, so what Alaskan did is they just bought all of Virgin's planes and like turned up the lights. Yeah. And so you can just see what a trash heap you're flying. There's just like jizz on the walls. There's like, it's like going into like a seedy hotel room and like really like taking a microscope to it. That's what it is now. So I'm in a plane like that. And then like everyone lined up before it was like time to, when you're the last call, when you're in the group 10 or whatever.
Like the bathroom doors just opening in your face over and over.
Yes. So like everyone had lined up before me in my group, and I didn't realize they were all doing that thing where they like line up the minute they start boarding the plane.
I see. Lining up to get on. Yes, I thought you meant to get off.
Oh, no, to get on the plane.
Okay.
And so they lined up, and I was like, I missed the boat on the lineup, so I was like going to be last in the plane and have to check my luggage, and I was like flipping the fuck out. And so I was like, I literally addressed a plane full of people.
Oh my God.
I don't know what happened to me. And I go, so everybody just lined up before you were called? Is that what we're doing now? And I said, because I've been sitting here like front and everyone.
You're yelling at them for your incompetency?
At them for my incompetence. And then I said, who's going to let me in?
What?
I said, who's gonna let me in?
Danielle, this is just beyond.
I'm not proud of this.
You must have been in a
It
state.
was in a state. It was like late.
And what are people looking at you like?
People looked at me a little crazy, and one woman didn't know what to do. She goes, I will. And I said, that's right.
That's right? You didn't even say thank you?
Wait, and then as I calmed down, I said, thank you for that. Sorry, it's been a day.
I will. What brave soul. If you're out there who said, I will.
Thank you, kind woman, because I was not myself. I was not in a good place.
Someone's storming through the back door of my house.
In the back door. I hope it's not a robber.
Hello?
That's a key. Oh. So anyway,
my husband just entered through the back door and it was alarming.
It was terrifying. He came with a key. I don't know. I was so afraid someone's going to jump on us who happen to have a key. But yeah, so it was, I'm not proud of
how
the
surprised
behavior.
robbers would be to see people podcasting.
I think they would be like, oh, everywhere in LA. Every house we try and rob, there's a podcast going on.
They're like, you guys too? We don't need to hear from everyone.
They're like, oh, at least are you guys in the top 10 of iTunes? Forget it. We're not robbing you. You've got nothing for us.
I'm like, 34 on the comedy podcast list.
I'm like, want any of our stuff?
I've talked about this before, but I quickly want to touch down on the fact, and I hope the listeners are thankful for this, that we're not parading about every week asking you to like give us 5 stars or write a comment. We've never once asked because it's beneath us.
Even Oprah's asking. I'm like, oh, chill.
I know even Gwyneth's like, if you like Goop, you could leave a little.
I know.
5 stars for us. We don't need to do this.
I mean, we're not mad at you.
Not the same.
We won't be mad at you if you want to give us 5 stars. But we're not asking.
But I'll tell you what we do ask for regularly. Money and to be extras in our short films.
Yes, Casey, yes.
Yes, for different things. Yeah. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Wow. Well, Danielle, I'm glad you're
you?
back.
Yes, I'm glad to be back. I'm sorry for those people in the Fort Lauderdale International Airport that had to deal with that.
Danielle, I mean, that's something I would do.
I want to say it's not like me, but in an airport, it is me.
Yeah.
That's who I am. I'm a different person. I'm in international waters, and I'm not myself.
You set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, I did. I certainly did.
I'd like to see you set yourself up for success more in a travel realm.
I know I could spend some more money. That might help. I could spend $25 for some extra legroom, get a little faster, get higher in the
Maybe
the
if
order.
people would give us 5 stars in a comment, we can make more money for you.
I know. For me to get some extra legroom.
But I know you wouldn't do it.
I was in a goddamn middle seat. I was not having it.
Danielle.
It was
so sorry.
It was like the middle seat in the back of the plane of this like old.
That's how I feel coming into the holidays. Middle seat, back of the plane.
Oh, yeah. And I spent a pretty goddamn penny for it, too.
Okay, Danielle. Are you okay?
No.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back. How are you? Where have you been? What have you been up to?
Well, I am moving tomorrow morning. There are boxes around us. The world be falling apart around me. There's boxes everywhere. I'm flying to DC in the morning and we're moving out of our house. This is our last night. I feel insane.
It was chilling to walk into this house and just see boxes everywhere. And yet you still had a Christmas tree up. And I appreciate the attention to detail that there's not a stitch of furniture, but there's a Christmas tree.
I love the holiday.
You certainly do.
I
will have my holiday.
You know how much I love the season.
You sure do. That Christmas tree was up like after Halloween.
Oh, 100%.
I just love November 1st. Get her up.
I just love it.
Notice there were no Hanukkah things around.
There's a menorah, but Hanukkah's past. Hanukkah's not something you decorate for, no matter how much your people try. David said I can't say your people anymore.
Make a go of it. We really try and match the
I had the blue and gold, the gelts. I had a chocolate dreidel, but those things, the holiday's over.
Yeah. No, it is over, but we really try and stretch it because you don't know.
You have a tree.
Of course I have a tree. Of course I have a huge one, bigger than yours, I want to say. Really, wow, competing with the non-Jews here, But no, we have a tree. We don't have anything Hanukkah up. We were trying to do Hanukkah this year, and I just simply couldn't find the menorah. Don't know where it is.
Wow.
And yet I'm like, where's your menorah?
No, I'm going to have it.
I have a menorah in my heart.
Guys, I This is our last night in the Nook. We decided to add an episode before the holidays. I know I've told you guys on many occasions this was the final show before the holiday. I think I started saying it when I put my tree up.
But you know how like when Billy Joel's in concert and he gives like 7 encores? Most of you don't because I'm 100 and you've never been to a Billy Joel concert. But get yourself over there.
A lot of our fans have.
I hope so.
Still rock and roll.
But
He
does quite a few encores. And so think of this as a Billy Joel third encore show.
Yeah. Oh, God, Danielle.
But in celebration of our last night in the Nook, I'm so sad. Where will we be next? We don't even...
Everyone's going to travel with me to a few intermittent homes, some halfway homes, if you will. And I did not end up moving to the mall. Many of you have been asking.
I'm upset about that personally because I was hoping to like swing by your house, swing by the Nordstrom rack.
A lot of people would have been in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And that's clear. We're not moving to the mall. We're moving to another house that we will be podcasting from a few blocks away. And then we're moving to my new house in 3 months.
Now, this house that you're moving in, is it near, say, a movie theater or a Chico's? Something I can like shop at?
No, unfortunately.
Why are we doing it?
Why are we doing any of this? Oh, Danielle.
But
we have a very special friend who is going to pipe in here our last night in the Nook. We reached out and we said, hi, I think the people would like to hear from you. And here he is helping to bid the Nook farewell.
Hey ladies, it's Andy Cohen. You may know that I'm a highly sentimental guy. So I had to write in, or whatever I'm doing, to say goodbye to the Nook with a few questions. First of all, how did Portia Williams become our generation's Lucille Ball, all in the relatively short span of the existence of a fucking Nook? Second, did you know that Hard Night Good Morning also doubles as a furniture polish? So you can shine the Nook up before you leave for the next guests of the Nook? That's not true, by the way. I made it up. Third, and this is maybe the most important, how is it possible that Tom Girardi got closer to that Nook than I ever did? Not fair. I hoped to see the Nook one day. So I leave you with this. Good night, Nook. So sad you're gone. Good night, Nook. We're still not taking it on. Happy New Year, everybody.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We have to tell June Diane. Wow, Andy, thank you for doing that.
We love you. We adore you. Thank you for blessing the Nook as we leave it, and we'll set it on fire in your honor.
I had tears in my eyes.
That was such a tribute to this Nook who has brought us so much joy.
It really has, in this strange wallpaper, and that was so special.
It really was. It feels like
and he's absolutely right. Tom Girardi, passed through the Nook. I mean, the Nook is more like Downton Abbey, like the downstairs and the living room. He was in the upstairs as where he belongs. But wow.
I know.
Because when we recorded Andy, we just decided simply, I don't think he needs to come to my kitchen.
Yeah,
let's give him a studio.
We did. We gave him a studio. We were like, let's act like this is something professional, but maybe we should have brought him to the Nook. Maybe he'll grace us again in the new Nook.
I don't want him to have to drive so far east. I mean, there was a lot of considerations.
Yeah,
but
so we wanted people waiting on him, hand in, not us.
hand in Nook.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Let's take a break.
Living Proof approaches the toughest beauty challenges with technology from MIT scientists. So you're dealing with science, not just marketing gimmicks. I love Living Proof. It's so easy. I just put it in my hair and go. And I don't have to worry about washing it and all that other stuff. I can just wake up and go. And with kids, it's so much easier. From frizz to damage to fullness, Living Proof products do exactly what they claim to do without using silicones, parabens, or phthalates. Or animal testing, like their award-winning dry shampoo that actually cleans your hair. Unlike other dry shampoos, Living Proof doesn't just mask oils, sweat, and odors. It removes them completely, leaving your hair looking clean, fresh, and ready to take on the day. It's no wonder they've won 8 Best of Beauty Breakthrough Awards. Living Proof is delivering results that you can see from across the room. I've used the dry shampoo, the regular shampoo, the conditioner. It all makes my hair look and feel so good. And it smells really good, which is what I like. Make the switch to Living Proof today by visiting livingproof.com/housewives and use the promo code housewives to get a free sample of their award-winning dry shampoo with your purchase. That's livingproof.com/housewives, promo code housewives for a free sample of dry shampoo with your purchase. livingproof.com/housewives, promo code housewives.
We're back.
We're back. Before we continue on, I just wanted to plug one thing. We have our New York show coming up. The 8 p.m. is sold out, but we still have a 4 p.m. show, a few tickets left. It's January 26th, New York City, the PlayStation Theater. Special guests, guys. Wow, we have amazing special guests.
Yes.
Andrew Rannells, our gorgeous, gorgeous Greg Bennett. I mean, this show is going to be
And you and me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, what are we, chop liver?
I know. Oh, wow. Danielle, now in your absence, I went rogue.
What?
And I asked fans to turn up in person
Oh, Lord.
in Highland Park at my mother's funeral.
What?
And a
God.
scene.
What has gone down?
I know.
What has gone down?
I didn't consult you. I went completely rogue and I asked for background artistes.
Oh, no.
And I got, God, did I, if I didn't get 75 of you guys. You guys are the best. I thought at best, truly, I was like, if I get 6, I'll be happy.
I have to say, our listeners fucking are the
Yes.
best. You guys are the best.
You really are.
I'm shocked you guys show up. You come to play.
Yes.
And I love you all so much.
I
Maybe
do
I'm sentimental
too.
because it's Christmas or just hearing this. But guys, we love you guys. And to come up and show up, like, that's awesome.
It was awesome. People skipped work.
What? Well, I would skip work.
And then when I saw their acting, I was like, No, I'm kidding.
Keep your day job?
Everyone was so good. Someone drove from Palm Springs.
Why?
Exactly. I said, why?
Why would they leave that wonderful playland?
It was truly, and we had some guys too, but it was such a mix of attractive gals.
Oh, of course. I will say
know.
our listeners are very attractive.
That's the truth.
And that's
That is-
important to us.
That is the truth. I was so touched that everybody came out. Thank you. But I did have everyone write down some questions for us in the Nook.
Ooh, okay.
And okay. There's some wild ones. I'm just reading them.
Okay.
randomly. Jen Belisiak, I think that's how you pronounce it. Jen Watkins Belisiak asks, please address Lisa Vanderpump's suspicious history of arson.
What?
From her house fire in season 3 to last season's fire at SUR that resulted in a renovation and insurance payout, it certainly seems like something's up. And as the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Wow, Lisa. It's funny because they happen so far apart that I almost forgot about them. But now I see it. It's like intentional. It's like she intentionally had them so far apart to throw us off the track. But maybe that's what Cedric had on her. Remember Cedric?
Oh, God, I'll never
reaching back.
ever forget Cedric. I mean, this might be a good time to thread in the fact that Beverly Hills dropped their new trailer.
Oh.
Guys, oh my God, I am reinvigorated.
Me too.
My love of this work has shot through the roof. My hands were shaking.
When I saw Brandy Glanville
Roll up.
woof, like
With Denise Richards, she was like, hey girl.
oof.
When I saw Ken Todd do two
Ooh.
things. The first thing was when he popped champagne and sprayed it all over everyone. Like it was
shelf part 2.
like if it was like his swinging dick. It looked so crazy. And the second thing, oh my God, he screams in Kyle's face. What does he scream? Does he scream she's a bitch?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he's like, get out, Kyle. You're done, Kyle. It truly took me aback.
I was like, Ken grew a pair
I'll
in a
say.
way that I was not that I want that to happen to Kyle,
Ken's
but
like, I'm going to step up on my way out.
you really have. But because those two are quite literally burning down the house as they exit, because Lisa Vanderpump
See, I feel like your husband would stick up for you in that way.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like my husband, the minute I say I got in a fight with somebody, he's like, oh, what did you do? He's like, why would you act like that?
I was in an airport. As I lose my mind in an airport, and my husband, I was doing me, which got in a problem, and a man called me a cunt.
Well, it sounds like I'm sorry, Danielle.
Matt chased the fucker down and started screaming. Like, it was my husband. No, you can't come for me. My husband will come at you harder. Yeah.
That's nice. I feel like
crazy.
my mom was that way too. Like my friend Laura and I roomed together at camp, and I can't even remember what. I think we'd gotten in some sort of fight. When my mom came to pick me up, she brought a present for Laura, earrings, and a note that said, "Thanks for putting up with Casey."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My mom was like, God bless her.
Oh.
Okay, Melissa Schwartz writes down a tagline for me,
Ooh,
which I
like
appreciate.
it. Okay.
I may be a housewife, but I'm not above peeing in a cup. Guys, look.
Nothing
I've had
truer
to-
has
You know
ever
what? This
been
week I
said.
had to pee in more than a cup
What,
because
what have you done?
I didn't have a cup. Guess what I did have?
Did you pee in that section in the car where you keep your CDs?
No, although, okay, really
did
quick.
you mean?
I peed in like a Greek yogurt.
Oh, Jesus. So sad.
But here's the real problem. The cup runneth over. So I had to dump it out 3 times. I know, guys.
In like a
Here's
fage.
the- I
What
hope
is it
you all
called?
feel bad.
Faggy?
Fage.
Fage.
Foggy?
What is that Greek yogurt called?
Yeah, that was it. Fage. Fage.
Did it have like a side of like honey on it?
No, it wasn't that one.
You can fill up that section too.
No, it wasn't that one. But I hope you guys all feel bad for judging me because I have a problem with urinating. And as you all know, I took pee pills for a while.
Can we take care of it? Like,
I've tried. I took pills, that they normally give agents, assistants, and elders. And, it masked my urges to urinate for sure. But I have a problem. And I'm going to a urologist. I heard there's something that can be done and it involves a procedure.
ooh,
But I guess I just mean like there's something going on. It's very real.
how many times? Like, let's say, how many miles are we going?
Okay. Let's say the smallest bottle of water you could possibly get, like one
Okay.
that someone just like hands you for free.
Yeah, like one of those like little mini Trader Joe's bottles.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not that little one,
Okay,
but like regular one, like the size of a Coke can.
Okay. Casey and I don't do ounces. We're not exactly sure what is this?
We both just looked at each other, nodding like we got the other one. One of us had huge hands and one of us had little hands.
Neither of us know any measurements. I was like, a gallon?
My point is, Danielle, I'll have to pee 4 times off that little bottle.
What?
That's why I'm so chronically dehydrated.
Wow.
Anyway, guys.
Okay, so
Last quick thing. Sorry.
No, you don't apologize.
Speaking of the compartment in my Volvo, today, we're moving out and this woman is helping me pack. And so we're packing everything and she's going through all this stuff and I'm just not attached to anything. So she's like, she keeps going, I've never had anyone just say to do away with everything quicker. I'm just worried. I'm worried that we're not getting everything. And I go, Grace, it's fine. I was like, I don't care about any of this unless it's a photo of something from my mom or my kids. Like, I don't care. Or maybe a piece of jewelry. She goes, what about just go through this pile? I go through this pile. At the bottom, I see a letter from Volvo that says your Volvo's been recalled.
What?
I was like, okay. And I just tossed it. I got it. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it.
Why has it been recalled?
Oh, Allegra Lucchese writes,
Uh-oh.
is Brandy a lesbian? Huh.
Which Brandy? Brandy from Dallas?
Oh.
Or Brandy from...
I was just thinking Glanville, but
Glanville.
she probably means Dallas.
She strikes me as like pansexual. Like she's just horny for, she's horny for anyone and anything. Get a mudslide in her and she's just like, woo!
She's up for anyone but her husband.
Yes, that.
Allegra also asks, have you seen Danielle's pubes? Ugh, no.
You volunteered to for like a minute and then you're like, no, I can't face that.
I just couldn't.
You could not take that on.
Last one, guys. Sydney Miller asks, is there anything you regret saying on the podcast?
Oh God, I'm sure.
So many.
Every week, every morning after we've recorded the podcast, I wake up in a sweat about like, what have I said?
Yeah.
What have I done? What have I revealed? But I do think we just take everything we say with a grain of salt because we'll feel something totally different the next week.
Yeah.
So
I've regretted when we did Watch What Happens Live and we played, Andy made us play that game about like defend what you've said. When I heard the quotes spoken aloud by someone else, it was quite stark.
yeah, I think we say things in the moment. We would never, that's why we're always like, never tag someone. We're never trying to
I would
hurt.
never say, because I remember he confronted me with one about Camille Grammer.
Well, she's a monster. I'm sorry.
I know. It's okay. But I said something like, Camille Grammer looks amazing for 60. And then I found out she was 45.
Oh. Look,
Is that what it was?
I can't remember. It sounds right.
Okay.
Look, especially when we're like, I think we're just saying things in the moment. We don't want to hurt people. Because I'm sure people say shit about me all the time. I say it. I just don't want to know it. So I kind of feel like we're never trying to hurt anybody. It's always done with fun and love.
And we touched on something, Danielle, last week that you've never allowed us to touch on.
Oh, no. You didn't go there,
We
you?
did.
Oh,
it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was our gorgeous guest, Ray.
Oh, I wasn't here for Ray, but you guys have loved Ray, and I'm so excited to have
she
her on
went
the
there.
podcast. Oh,
And by there, I mean Russell.
Oof.
Let's take her.
Casey has tried to bring it up a million times, and I'm like, I stop the podcast. I'm always like, nope, we cannot go there. We will not go there. I've literally like walked out of the room.
Danielle, it's a part of the pantheon. It's a part of our history.
It is. It's just so
we
delicate.
Can't ignore the facts.
It's so delicate, and it's like we laugh so hard on things here. Like that just was so dark and so.
It was.
What did she say?
I don't remember.
Okay,
but yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you went there.
I'm sure you're going to make me cut this segment.
I will. This will not make it to This will not make it to air.
Oh my God, Danielle. Well, shall we get into the cities? Take a quick break.
Sure. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body, budget, and lifestyle. I got the cutest romper plus jeans I wear every single day and a cute little necklace that I have yet to take off. Stitch Fix can help you find your new favorite piece of clothing. Just go to stitchfix.com/housewives and tell them your sizes, what styles you like, and how much you want to spend on each item. You'll be paired with your very own personal stylist who will handpick 5 items to send to your door. Then try them on, pay only for what you love, and return the rest. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. There's no subscription required. You can sign up to receive scheduled shipments or get your fix whenever you want. Stitch Fix's styling fee is only $20, which is applied toward anything you keep from your shipment. Get started now at stitchfix.com/housewives, and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all 5 items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/housewives to get started today. stitchfix.com/housewives.
We're back with Atlanta.
Guys, Atlanta, it gives me a lift. Whenever I'm down, Atlanta is there to lift my spirits.
Yes, I'm laughing so hard at it. I mean, Portia is exactly what Andy says. And what we said. She is Lucille Ball. What's happening with her now?
She gives me the laughs that, every season they get rid of someone that gives me laughs, and I'm worried that will they still get, will I still be laughing in Atlanta the same way? And then somebody pops up in their place and even Ava, it wasn't this week's episode, but when she just started singing, "Can I have a strawberry margarita?" I just loved.
And she's like the most boring one.
I know, but I was like, just singing to a humorless waitress. I just loved it. I loved it.
While we're on the topic of Ava, if I may, and this is something I will also regret. For a model, and again, she calls herself model. I'm worse than this, but I don't call myself model.
Okay.
Feel she really will let it go.
What do you mean?
Just let it go on the show. In those, Marla was right, hippie rags, not a stitch. Things seem to be shifting.
She did just have a baby, but I know.
I've just been surprised by the way
that she's not putting herself together like a model.
Yeah, I feel like
there were some kind of hair days that were I just felt like the other girls are giving us looks and some, but she's so beautiful. To me, and I have to say with Ava, I have to go back. I was a big fan of hers during Top Model.
Yeah.
So I know her from those days.
You're holding on to that.
So I am holding on to the past, and I see that. But yeah, when Marlo called her out on that sort of weird dress that she was wearing, I didn't disagree with Marlo.
Yeah.
So you're not wrong.
I have to say, the scenes are so funny. When they were all fighting at Nene's, wherever Nene took them to Destin, Florida. Now, I've been to Destin many times.
Too.
Beautiful white sand beaches. So gorgeous. But it is a bit in stark contrast when you see Beverly Hills. They're going to their own island.
Yeah.
and they're like, let's drive 5 hours to Destin.
It felt like what my family does. You know what I mean? It
Yes.
felt like a family trip.
It felt like a family trip, but it was a fun family trip. Like when they are on the bus and they are playing that game where you have to strike up phone sex with your husband while everyone's listening on speakerphone, that's a dream. And Ava was like, hey, I'm excited to get there with you. She was awful. It was so good.
She was terrible at phone sex.
Yeah.
Candy, of course, I was turned on with Candy talking about phone sex.
Candy has been like, you know what? Fuck it. I am just going to cause so much trouble. I'm not even going to apologize for it.
No, she is just being nasty, and I like it.
Cute was Portia and Ace. What a scene.
Scene. I love Portia.
I do too. I can't believe I ever said a negative thing about her.
Did we?
Yeah, we
I don't remember.
did.
What did we say?
We went at her for intellect.
Did we? I just love her. Well, maybe that's when she was like kind of in with Candy and that whole like Phaedra thing.
Yeah.
P.S. R.I.P. Phaedra. I miss her every day. But
I don't miss her. I don't miss anyone with this cast. It feels light as a breeze. I honestly don't even think I miss Kenya.
what?
It's all changed for me this last 2 weeks. I'm loving it. They'll scream at each other, but it's not so dark.
Yes.
There's something about it that they move through it. It's so funny and it's not so uncomfortable. I mean, Marlo is the only like black hole of energy. She scares me.
Oh,
her
she
darkness.
Yeah. Well, when she went into that room in Destin and said, "This room has no character," like Eva, I was like, wow. Like, just like, who cares what your hotel, like it's a nice room. It's fine. Like, it has no character. Like, what are you looking for in your Airbnb? Like, it was a strange thing.
Now, look, I wish Cynthia would get back together with Leon.
Oh, me
They
too.
have
They
something,
have
a sexual
during
tension.
that scene, I felt something
Okay, he's the
real.
most attractive man I have ever seen on the entire like franchise of this whole thing.
And her new boyfriend is very good looking, don't get me wrong, but she does not have with him what she has with Leon.
And Leon's such a great dad. That scene was so funny with Cynthia and her daughter when Cynthia tried to, what did she try to do? Shake up her juice. And then she tried to cut her food. And her daughter's like, Mom,
Stop it, I'm going to college.
just to see Cynthia, such a like a gorgeous woman, also be a mom. I just thought it was too cute. I love them.
You know what really cracked me up with Portia this week was when, what's the new girl's name again? Shamari. When Shamari was like, "You were mean to me," and Portia just outright goes, "Yeah, I wasn't feeling you that day." I was just like, "Thank you." She didn't make an excuse. She just
That's
said,
what I mean about
wasn't
the show.
feeling
Like,
you.
yeah, I wasn't. And then then they're fine.
But I wish we could say that in real life. Like, I wasn't feeling you that day.
God, we could never.
No, you can't.
You know what I appreciate is that Nene is now bringing an energy that she was not bringing the first few seasons. And
she was kind of over it, and now
Yes.
she's not. Maybe it's because of the whole Greg thing. Like, I don't know. She just is kind of like softer.
Yeah, but
She's not
just
coming
like,
in so hard.
She's not coming in hard. I like when she just said offhandedly, someone was like, "I'm in the hot seat." And she was like, "I've been in a seat hotter than these candles. Burn, baby, burn."
I love her so.
Nene has also really taken on like an Oprah voice.
Oh,
She was like, "We're going to Destin."
Wait, what about when Portia also said, pregnant women are always juicy?
Okay, I wrote this down. I wrote the whole interaction down. It was so then she goes, "That's a pregnancy joke." Well, first she was like, basically, she was talking about, I think, Ava's phone sex. And she's
Yes.
like, she was so bad. Even I was dry. Long pause. She was like, and that's a pregnancy joke because pregnant women are always juicy. I was like, oh my God.
It had so many levels. I was just on the ride with her, like the whole thing.
It was quite a statement.
Oh, anytime she comes on the screen, she's giving us looks. She looks like, what a pregnancy glow. Gorgeous.
And she's hilarious.
So funny. And I like her and this guy together.
I do too. The hot dog king.
And then she had to go work at the hot dog stand.
His mom is a little much.
Yeah, but she needs that sort of woman in her life because I feel like I don't remember her relationship with Cordell's mom, but I think I think her and the mother-in-law are like gonna get along, and that's gonna be a fun relationship to watch.
I think they're gonna get along after that prenup is sewn up.
Yeah, that prenup.
Well, I'm excited. Anything else, Dee?
I just thought it was fun that people were drinking solo cups like at home, and it wasn't even like a party day. Like they were just like that was the drinkware of choice, and I enjoyed that. I was just like,
I'm loving Atlanta. If you're not in it, get in it and get caught up over the break so we can talk about it in January.
I know we're not talking OC, but I will say one thing really quick about OC because I missed the last episode. My favorite thing that Kelly has ever said on OC was, I've watched Snapped and Wives with Knives. You don't know what people are going to do. Which really made me laugh. Sorry. I know that's a non sequitur, but it's in my notes. And I just have to say like that she was like, because they were like, did you really think Emily was going to kill you? She's like, I don't know. I watch Ladies with Knives. I watched these shows where people murder people.
She might.
Yeah. I just love that.
I'm very glad OC's like off my docket right now.
Yes.
We had too much and I'm happy for it to fade away. Should we talk Dallas?
Yes, we should.
Okay. Someone tweeted, really made me laugh, at Maven May. She said, I just forced my roommate to watch an old episode of Dallas. She thought Court was Cameron's butler. Shook her to her core that he's the husband.
Wow. Wow. I mean, what would the Westcott family think?
I like the way I really like Cameron.
Can I tell you? That's what I wrote. I said, I'm liking Cameron at this reunion.
Me too.
She was kind of like, she didn't take herself so seriously, which I truly enjoy. I really liked her this season.
There was a tough back and forth between Andy and Cameron with Leanne piping in that it was just so like where Leanne does want to always defend Cameron whenever she can, but this was a tough one. Andy's like, did you feel bad watching your husband, Cameron, not believe in you? He puts you down all the time and he doesn't believe in your company. Leanne, he loves to challenge her. Cameron, I mean, you know, he invests in companies, but I have the last laugh. I get his money. Andy goes, right. Cameron goes, proving him wrong is what gets me off and keeps me going. I was like, this is so sad. This is how she's had to like fashion this behavior of like this guy that's borderline abusive.
Yeah, she's had to like make it a narrative that's like, no, this is how we play. This is our marriage. It's fun. It's silly. It's Sam and Diane. It's, it's like, no, honey, he's a bad guy.
I loved when Andy put Dallas Society in quotes.
I love when he throws a little bit of shade at them. Like, I love when he calls them out, takes them to task, and won't let them they'll be like, no, it's fine. And they'll be like, no, and make them sort of like stop and listen.
Yeah. Love Cameron. She has not yet gotten the memo that we don't say the word ghetto anymore.
Oh, she's like, I'm not from that. Like, it was
tough.
There are tough moments with Cameron where she's like, I mean, I'm from Montecito. Like,
that was tough. She's like, I'm from a nice family in Montecito. I do love when Leanne, it's so uncomfortable when she slides into a real thick Southern accent for her emphasis. She's like, and y'all know I'm from the South.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so uncomfortable.
I found myself.
I didn't love Leanne this week.
No, I did not. And you know who I did like? Stephanie.
Oh my God. I wrote down, I'm obsessed with Stephanie's body. I'm attracted to her. And then again, so into Stephanie's body.
There's something about
those
her.
supple, low boobs.
Oh, exactly. I just want to like swing them around my face or something.
I'm the glazed deer in headlights look on her face, but she's always up for anything, even though she's a step behind.
Yeah.
She's just like, what? Yes, let's do it.
But I'm appreciating her. She's the vibe we need with those ladies. And you know who I also liked?
Who?
Carrie.
In that dress, Danielle.
She looked
insane.
She didn't look good, but I liked I liked her in the reunion. I hate her husband. I usually don't like her, but there was something about her in the reunion that she won me over.
She knows her place, which is she's the candy of it all, which is just like, I know I don't have that mean spirit. I don't have that mean spirit to fight and go crazy, but I will just simply drop information and transfer information from one woman to another. And that's my role.
We need that.
Minus
we need that. She's
talent of a singer.
She's a tributary. Meaning she carries water to larger bodies of water.
When she's not swimming through different bodies of water, we've seen those hard rock moves.
Those breasts are the worst. And like watching her jump in that like Nordic sea.
I've never seen like a pewter colored sequin dress with cutouts with then floppy like curtain tie arms. It was odd.
It was terrible fashion, for sure.
I'm sad Dallas is over, I'll be honest.
Me too. I was really enjoying it. I was looking forward to it. It was kind of like the first one I'd touch down on my DVR every week, and I was sad. There was only 2-part reunion.
I know.
My favorite thing, you guys have to start looking at Mama D's Instagram It's my favorite thing that she does. Look through it. She just posts pictures. She's like, out with the girls. And it's just a big picture of her face. Or like, I love in New York City. And it's just like a big picture of her face. Like she does, there's like 7 of them where it's like having a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's just big picture of her face. Like not even like the turkey or like her with somebody else. It's just like her smiling blankly. And but it's like commemorating something that's not like you can't see it in the picture. It's my favorite thing.
I mean, Mama D's appearance on the reunion, carrying her pocketbook out, she's jumping the shark a bit.
Yes.
Like she's getting too big for her britches and her sayings coming out. I really started to actually loathe her and Deandra. I
cannot stand Deandra.
She's the fucking worst. I've railed about her enough. I mean,
yeah, no, she's not for me. And
she acted like a 15-year-old girl sitting there with her mom. That's their dynamic.
She's spoiled. I think she turned on Leanne. Not that Leanne hasn't pulled shit, but to turn on an old good friend like that who comes from nothing. Mm-mm.
They had one of the only like true pre-existing friendships that I've ever seen on The Housewives. And it was funny to me when Andy was like, do you ladies want to say anything to each other to apologize? And Deandra did pull together an apology. And then Leanne was like, I'm sad that I can't protect her from her mom.
Oh, yeah.
I can't protect her from D. I was like, after D, I thought kind of came out and said a lot of nice things to Leanne. And Leanne's just basically like, I need to protect her from her abuser.
That's Leanne's whole thing, though. It's all like, I've got to protect them. But it's a lie. She doesn't really need to. Yeah. She just is afraid that they'll leave her. And they do. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy with her.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to miss Dallas.
Me too. R.I.P.
Should we take
Dallas.
a quick break?
Yes, please. Say hello to Lightbox, a new brand of laboratory-grown diamond jewelry. Never heard of lab-grown diamonds? Join the club. Here's what you need to know. They have the same chemical makeup as natural diamonds, but are made in a lab by scientists. It's a pretty amazing process. By using a plasma reactor nearly as hot as the surface of the sun, a piece of diamond is bombarded with carbon atoms and grows. After 400 to 500 hours, it's big enough to cut into a polished stone. Pretty cool if you consider diamonds from the earth took about 3 billion years to reach the surface. While natural diamonds are rare, Lightbox can make a lot of lab-grown ones, meaning you don't have to be a millionaire to afford one. Lightbox's lab-grown diamonds are just $200 a quarter carat, plus the cost of the setting. Their scientists have even figured out how to make pink and blue ones. Pink and blue natural diamonds are so rare. You've probably never even seen one before. But now you can own a lab-grown one or several. Check them out at lightboxjewelry.com/housewives. New Jersey.
Guys, I'm loving New Jersey. Loving it. And you know, I didn't watch it last year. I watched it sporadically. I didn't care for it. And Andy had emailed us and said, you're not going to believe New Jersey this year. And oh my God, what's happening? There is a woman now taking Teresa on, and her name is Jackie.
Jackie Goldschneider.
Jackie is hell on fucking wheels.
It's like she's not just Jewish once, she's Jewish twice. Goldschneider.
And she is a ball buster.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for her to sit there and say to Teresa with a straight face, you know, you can't control your husband. If you could control your husband, he wouldn't be in prison. Just straight up. And then later to not take that back, it's like a pretty tough comment. And then Teresa's like, yeah, don't mess with my family. Teresa's pulling all her old shit that like we could just put on a recording and loop it. And she's like, I'm not afraid of you whatsoever.
Has Teresa ever heard that from anybody? Because even though Danielle would sort of cop that attitude with her, like, I'm not afraid, you could always tell Danielle was a little afraid of Teresa. Oh my God,
this woman leaned forward even more. And to see an intellectual go after Teresa's just like raw, like Italian anger, it was amazing. And she's like, I'm not it. And she didn't back away once. She didn't flinch one time.
I mean, that is something I could never do. But I was proud of her because you know what? That is exactly
that's something I could never do.
Both are correct.
Yeah.
But no one's ever been able to go after Teresa in that way before.
No.
and face her. And that's what we have needed. We have needed someone that is not afraid of Teresa.
And also Teresa and her yoga, we needed someone to kick her up a notch. And
Yes.
Jackie is taking her on. And I also did feel it was strange Melissa was just so silent. Melissa is such a like wishy-washy little meek.
Yeah, I don't care about Teresa and Melissa anymore. I don't care about Teresa and Joe, but I do care about this new dynamic.
I do care about Jackie.
Oh,
and I'll
yes.
tell you who else I care about. Danielle and Marge's relationship.
Ooh, I love it.
Why are they so close? When did this happen?
And why does Danielle expect so much from Marge?
Expect so much is the understatement of the year. Danielle Staub is I love that somehow we're in a storyline of like Danielle Staub's like wedding.
It is.
It's the wildest thing I've ever seen.
But I'm glad we're seeing Danielle Staub unneutered. Last year, it felt like there was sort of a gauze over her, like a film. She was like,
She seemed medicated.
yeah. And this season, we are getting her in full Danielle Staub. This wedding has brought her up to a 10.
Past the 10. She's screaming at everyone, nobody's helping me. You girls, well, you've been sitting on your ass. My daughter did more for me for this wedding in one day than you guys did all time. And grown women are looking at her like they have children, they have lives. They're like, we're here right now for your wedding. She's like, you should be ashamed of yourselves. No one's helping me.
Her and her fiance, who then was her husband, who's now her ex-husband, in a matter of months. They get into a fight this week where he basically says, you know, I chose my children over you. Like, she's like, his children hate me. And he's like, I chose my children over you. And then they laugh about it. But it is so dark for this man to choose this monster.
She's a monster.
Over his children, what they must have felt.
And then Joe really kind of like, Joe Gorga actually made sense for once. He's like, if I was with this woman and she said one word about my kids, I'd be fucking out. And this guy who seems relatively possibly normal, although when we jump ahead in the season, I see Marge push him into a body of water.
Is that who she's pushing?
I rewound it multiple times. It was him. She's like, get out of here. And she, for Marge to do that, are we calling her Marge or just Margaret?
Yeah, I've been calling her Marge.
Okay, great. I loved her monologue about
Little Marge.
Marge. Okay. Little Marge. I loved her monologue that she went off on about Danielle wanting all these gifts because Danielle registered at Hermes. And she's like, in lieu of gifts, you should be donating to charity. It's a second wedding. I was like, preach. And then Danielle was crying at one point with tears in her eyes. She goes, you guys didn't come with me to my alterations on my dress. I was alone for my alterations. Alterations.
I have to admit, I was alone for my alterations.
I was alone for my alterations.
I was alone for many of my fittings and alterations.
Why is a friend supposed to go to your
fucking
fitting?
woman?
I was alone for, and then they go, well, we didn't know you were going to get alterations. And she's like, because you never asked.
She's a maniac.
Yeah.
Now, how did Danielle get a hole in her tongue?
That was a very alarming scene. They show up and you don't think more could be going on with Danielle's psyche. And she's like, I bit through my whole tongue. She's like a bit straight through, a bit clear through. It was truly disgusting.
On like a piece of cantaloupe? Like it
looked like she took a knife and just stabbed it.
It did. It looked like she bit into glass, like into a shard.
But what was so disturbing is I kept thinking they're saying like she did a shallow bite into her tongue and why or how, God knows. But in fact, she went all the way through.
If you look through her tongue, you would see the other side of her mouth.
You would see. She is a monster.
Like, whose teeth are that? Like, what is...
She's dangerous. Like, there's something about her that makes me feel very nervous. Like, even talking about her right now, I'm like, this woman does not play.
No, she doesn't. That's
Speaking of Snapped, she'll 100% be on Snapped.
Oh, for sure.
That man needs a restraining order.
Like, I'm more afraid of Danielle Staub than I am Teresa, because Teresa has something to lose. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, Teresa's crazy, but I do feel like she's like, I got to keep it in line. I got something to lose. I'm on parole. You know, all that stuff. Like, Danielle ain't got nothing
She's
to lose.
Unhinged.
She's like, my daughters are out of the house. I got nothing to lose.
She is nuts. Seeing her sit there like playing the bride, it's just such a wild moment.
I love it though. More.
I mean, remember when she was doing that song Real Close with her lesbian lover and now she's acting like she's just a gal wanting her bridesmaids to get in line. So weird.
And she's also like, come on, this isn't like, you know, you're 20 years old, like giddy for this wedding ends. I mean, this marriage ends in like 2 days.
Someone mentioned this to me on Twitter, but oh my God, did I give it a listen? The taglines in Jersey are so weak. They are so lackluster. These women, Margaret goes, I can make you laugh or cry. Your choice. As she's turning around. Margaret equals a less polished Dorinda.
Right.
She's the Jersey version of Dorinda. And I like it.
Margaret, I'm going to say something about her and her husband. Are they married? I forget.
I don't know what their relationship is.
I love it.
I do too.
I love their relationship. I love them together. I feel their sexual attraction. I know. I'm there for it.
Never has a more normal man been on reality TV as him. I like him.
I like him. I like what they're... I know he's in construction. Has he yet even completed a room in their house? I don't think so.
Well, what I appreciate about Jersey is it's so fine to be janky. It's like, we're from Jersey. So you see all the beautiful closets in Beverly Hills and Bethany always taking us and crying in her new apartment closets. And then we see Margaret's packing for the trip with just a metal rod in a supply closet, a huge TV, reading glasses slung over a lamp.
Oh, they do not.
It's too real.
And when you walk into any of their houses, they are empty. They are like Teresa's house is a mausoleum. Like there is not a stitch of furniture.
It looks like in Beauty and the Beast when she comes and has dinner and all the characters it's just barren.
Oh yeah. And what's her name's house? Dolores's house is just like my house, it's just like real regular, which is like, I appreciate that. Like they're not trying to give us anything special.
I hate to say this, but I had to fast forward just based on my mental state through Dolores's, when she was talking to those women, those survivors of abuse. It was just so sad and dark, and it got too real for me. As much as all of this, I was like, oh gosh, I need this to be so light. And I'm glad it was on there, but I couldn't watch.
Can I say, I just didn't know her goal.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure,
having not seen it, I feel like she was just like, I'm going to show up and
She was like, you can get through this. But I was like, their situation is different than yours. Like, are you supposed to give them a pep talk? Like, if I were them, I'd be like, fuck off. Like, I don't know. I was like mad. I get that she was trying to do something good, but it felt like, what do you know from them? Like, it feels like they've been through some real hardships, and you're just like, your ex-husband that you've been divorced from for 20 years didn't tell you that he got disbarred. Like, I don't know. I didn't equate the two. So
Dolores is a strange customer. Very strange.
Beautiful. Can't take my eyes off her.
But when she was just going after Danielle Staub and being like, under her breath, saying the worst things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like Danielle would be like, yeah, I'm excited for my wedding. We have a nice hotel room. And under her breath, Dolores was like, I better put a black light on you with all that jizz.
Oh!
Just like, whoa.
Yeah, she's mean as a snake.
Oh my God.
Casey's
very loud.
I don't know what's going on behind me, but it feels like there's being a package of English muffins being opened. So I think that's it for Jersey, unless you have anything else you have to. But I'm really inspired by this season. I'm excited about it.
I am too, and I am not lying. I not that I would lie, but I'm not trying to drum up support. It's genuinely amazing and funny.
Yeah,
it's too. There's more going on than there was in Dallas actually this year.
Though Dallas too, I really enjoyed this year. OC was the only sort of dud of the year, though it did pick up.
Sort of dud.
It picked up at the end for me.
It picked up one moment in the reunion when out of nowhere, Vicky was like, you cokehead. To Kelly.
Enjoyed that.
I did too. And you're right. It was worth 30 hours of my life
I'd
to
say
get there.
Worth every minute.
It was a quick payoff, but
it was a long journey to get to a very shallow hill.
Yeah.
But I was there for it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's take a break and we'll come back with Vanderpump and two special guests.
Ooh.
Danielle, we're back.
We sure are. We have some special guests. Now, one of these guests has sort of been on the podcast before.
He's come through the podcast.
Yes, and sort of,
swung by.
Yeah, been a little bit inebriated at the time, and sort of.
Not start.
He was last heard getting bread out very loudly from a crinkle bag.
You might know him from getting bread out in the background of this podcast.
You all might know me from my kitchen for all these years. So thank you for listening, but I will get my sandwich.
For the first time, really, kind of formally. And this will be a short segment. My husband, David Caspe, is here.
Hello.
And a very special guest for real.
My
a delight.
Cutie boy.
A little cutie boy.
A friend, a coworker.
Uh-huh.
A boss.
A brother?
Someone I've known since he was truly a baby.
I'll take it, guys.
The cutest little guy there ever was.
Ever of all time.
Married to another guest of ours.
Yes.
Ms. Lindsay Lazar, now Libman. Daniel Libman.
Hi, guys. Happy Honda days.
I'm so happy to see you here.
Is it Honda Days already?
Yes,
man.
haven't you had-
Oh, I got to get in there.
Yeah.
Where's your Honda Day spirit?
That's true. I got to
on.
get in there.
Did you put up your Celica?
I
No, that's a
should.
Toyota. Sorry, your Accord.
Yeah.
I think your listeners won't know. No, I'm just kidding. I think you guys know a lot about cars.
Well, speaking of, I tried to get my son, all he wanted for Christmas was, and this is embarrassing, but he sees these cars on the streets and he wanted like a Range Rover to play with, like a big one, you know, that you
Like
can hold in your hands and like maybe has battery
Like not the
operating.
long wheelbase one, but sort of the medium wheelbase one.
Yeah, not like
Just
the
as a
LHR,
playhouse.
not
Yeah.
like maybe like a Discovery,
Yeah.
some sort of like mid
Guys,
luxury.
this is why they hate us between the
Yeah.
coasts. We're buying our kids playhouses that are Range Rovers.
Anyway, it was a devastation because it came and it was smaller than a Ricola. I took a photo of it on my Instagram. It's this big. It's a miniature. It was just making me
That
laugh.
happened with Matt. He bought a tea set for our daughter, and it was like he was like, "This is really cheap." It was like a beautiful like China tea set, and it came, and it was as small as a thimble. It was
Just
shocking.
odd.
Guys, I hate to say it, you were on Marry Me, and the other two of you wrote on Marry Me, and it doesn't seem to be any recollection of the fact that we did this story on Marry Me for the Thanksgiving episode where Casey, your character, ordered a table, and it ended up being a doll's table.
This is a strange way to weave in your password.
And it ended up being a
Wow,
Ricola.
guys,
I'm
David
just saying-
Caspe, creative marry me.
Yeah, a plug for a canceled show. You don't hear that often.
I'm just saying I have gotten used to people not watching it, but I'm just shocked that the folks involved in making it and starring on it have no recollection of it.
Did you get that idea from my tea set?
What about the
Timeline
Range
doesn't
Rover?
match up.
Listen, so the reason you guys are here is because you're hilarious humans and you've both caught up on Vanderpump, which we're going to get to.
Or as you call David, Jax and Friends.
Jax and Friends, although he seems to be moved into the ensemble a little bit more now.
Oh, he'll
He's
come to
always
shine.
been a-
Although I guess
major-
the episodes I watched this time, it was very much
He's
about
a
him.
major player. He proposed.
Very much about him.
He is looking.
He's
Better.
looking
A lot
diesel.
better, I'll
He's
tell
looking
you what.
diesel.
What is
People
going on?
are feeling better about
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
as like full of gin anymore. Like his face was just like half, like he just
Yeah.
a chin that was half gin.
Yeah.
Here's
Like,
the thing,
it
he's
was-
not great now, so I kind of wonder, everyone's like, he's different. How bad was
Oh, you had not seen it before. Oh, that's interesting.
Daniel has just come into the first 3 episodes and he seems entranced.
You,
Can't get enough. I'm all in, guys.
it's so good. The fact that you haven't watched it before is shocking to me because it feels very you.
Here's the thing.
He's
I
wearing.
know.
Daniel's currently wearing a Vanderpump Rules T-shirt right now.
all
so,
the rules. There's
yeah.
44 rules on the back.
Well, no, that the show rules. was sort of
Yeah,
what I
but
was-
also
so
it's
that
all
you
the
were-
rules on the
it's
back.
All the rules?
Yeah.
Guys, before we get to Vanderpump,
Sure.
you guys have created a show, Daniel and David Caspe, along with your brother, Daniel Matthew Libman.
Yep.
And another one of your best friends, Jordan Cahan. You
Shout
guys,
out Matthew. Shout out Jordan.
Shout outs.
shout out to the little table episode of Marry Me. You guys
Sure,
created
they
a
have no
show.
recollection
You guys
either.
have known each other since you were very little, and you created a show on YouTube Premium that Ms. Danielle Snyder is one of the
Yes.
stars
Yes,
of.
that's true, guys. You can see I'm taking my talents to the screen,
To the smallest
to
screen.
the smallest screen on your phone.
Visible on your Apple Watch.
But yes, I was lucky enough to be a part of this amazing, hilarious show. It's now screening on YouTube Originals. The first 3 episodes are free.
Free. It's called
Free.
Champagne Ill.
And it stars Adam Pally, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
He was just on Watch What Happens Live the other night.
He was really funny.
He was
He was
so
great.
funny.
So earnest.
He loves the Housewives.
One
He
of the
is
more earnest
sexually-
performances you get out of that guy.
No, he truly. When he said he was sexually attracted to Ramona, I almost shit myself.
He is. He's attracted
is.
to all the housewives. He always loves an older woman.
Yeah, he does. He loves like a lady that's like
The lady of the night.
lady of the night. He loves just kind of like a Countess Luann.
Yeah.
like but he's in it. Sam Richardson from Veep.
And
And
Detroiters.
guys, okay, I know I'm in it. Okay, that's the given. But It's one of the funniest fucking shows I've ever seen. I'm so happy to be a part of it, but I'm in like half, I would say like 5 or 6 of the episodes. Even the ones I'm not in are really funny.
Tell us what it's about,
you're
Daniel.
really selling that hard to us. Like, you don't have to convince us. Thank you.
It's so good.
She's like, seriously, don't beat yourselves up, guys.
Yeah.
You did a pretty good job.
You actually
Even
made
the
a
ones
show.
I'm not in, I can stomach.
I know.
The program is about the crew of a
program.
rapper after the rapper dies.
Spoiler, that happened.
Sort of like a reverse Entourage type of thing.
When he died, Matt, my husband, didn't know he was going to die. I hadn't told him anything, not really. And so when he dies, Matt just goes, whoa! It was hilarious.
I'll take it.
He sounds fun to watch TV with.
Yeah.
It's so funny to see Sam and Adam, and Sam is in this Kanye blonde hair, and they are
amazing.
just living so high. They have a full, 5-minute discussion about how they'd like to fly first class, but they'll take 4 business seats. Finally, they say they'll settle for 3 rows in coach. It's so funny.
I got to tell you, these guys took to those roles like a beat on.
Oh, yeah. When I saw Adam Pally in those outfits, just when you would send me pictures, I was like, he's never been more Adam Pally. I was just like, this is him at his true self.
Yes.
It does seem like the show he's always wanted to make.
Yeah.
But I will say, with Danielle sitting here, it is quite easy when you just get super funny people and they make everything we write funnier, or they change it and make it even funnier. So it was quite easy, I would say.
Well, we have a little scene that we're going to play, a clip, which we've never really done before. But we have to do because it's...
Because I'm in it.
Yeah,
Like an old-time radio play.
This is
I'll be
just
doing the sound of a horse.
This is my best Foley work, guys. So just sit back and relax.
Okay, I'm going to play this and take a little listen to Danielle Schneider and Adam Pally and Champagne Hill.
Oh, wait, should we set up the clip? So they play, Adam and Danielle play twin brother and sister, fraternal. And Adam has turned his life around and is working at Danielle's candle kiosk in the mall.
Much like Jim Edmonds, I have a candle kiosk.
Is that true? Oh,
Yes,
did we take that?
Jim
Oh.
Edmonds is a former baseball player and house husband, is also a candle maker now.
Oh, wow.
So-
Wow,
Yeah.
Candle King.
Yeah, he's the candle king of St. Louis, I assume.
Must be nice.
So that
is
is
there
what Shayna
anything
does.
else you need to
She's
know?
trying to offer
Adam's
him a
been
job. I don't know
working
how
there.
deep the clip goes.
They used to hate each other.
Yes.
Now,
And now he's been back for a long time in town, and they've started to get along again as he's worked for her. And she's called him to the food court for a meeting.
So please watch this Oscar clip.
And didn't you say it's a shot for shot?
This episode is not, but there is an episode.
in this episode, there is a shot-for-shot remake of a scene from the movie Boogie Nights.
We blew our entire music budget on.
Okay, here is the clip.
Look, Shayna, I'm really sorry I gave Dad that candle for free. Just take it out of my paycheck, whatever.
Ronnie, I just have one simple question for you. Who are you, and what have you done with my brother?
What?
It's like, nice to meet you. My name is Shayna. What's your name? Because you look a lot like my twin brother, except you're really great. You're kind, thoughtful. You've even managed to take our most foul candle, Umbrellas of Deauville, and somehow turn it into a bestseller. Who are you?
I mean, I guess I have to answer that question with a question. Who are you? And where is my sister Shayna? Because whoever I'm talking to is actually very cool.
Well, Shayna's always been pretty cool, too. It's more Ronnie, her brother, who's the difficult one.
Yeah, I have no dog in this fight. As we've established, I'm not Ronnie. Shayna's not here. But I do remember Shayna being a little bit of a total bitch all the time.
That was in reaction to Ronnie's behavior, which was aggressively shitty since the day they were born. Probably because he has body issues, specifically with his dick.
Body issues.
Yeah.
Are you having a laugh?
Yeah.
Is she having a laugh? Because I seem to remember Shayna pulling the trigger to make weight for figure skating, only it didn't matter. She just didn't have the talent.
Shayna had the talent, okay? She just blew out her knee.
I heard she blew way more than just out her knee.
This coming from the guy whose entire cabin jacked each other off at Ojibwa.
We didn't jack each other off. We showed each other our own cum.
Okay, we're back. Wow, that was a powerful scene.
Guys, sometimes a character speaks to you. You know? Sorry.
That was
Gross.
gorgeous, Danielle. You're so funny in this.
Thank you. And Pally is so good. So we're just saying, everybody, you want to give a watch? We'd appreciate. It's free. First 3 episodes are free. Free. And it's really funny. And I'm not just saying it because I'm in it. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's one of the funniest shows I've seen in a long time.
I also want to give a shout out to someone who has a YouTube channel. Her name is Jimmy Pink.
Jimmy Pink.
Jimmy Pink.
Shout out Jimmy Pink.
Shout out Jimmy Pink.
GIMMIPYNK.
That's a J, not a G. What was most shocking about that is you're reading it off a sheet and said G when you looked at clearly the symbol for J.
Guys, things are falling apart today. Jimmy Pink does a review.
JIMMIPYNK.
15-minute review. It's truly one of the funniest things I've ever heard. I was crying laughing. It's so amazing how she captures the show. Jimmy, if you're out there, please do our show. You're amazing.
We love you. I'm obsessed with this woman.
She is giving better reviews than David Edelstein ever could. And
watch out, Pauline Kael. That's all I have to say. She is.
Hasn't she passed?
Yes.
she can still watch
She's not
out.
above being
because she saw Jimmy Pink's review and was just like, I can't
out.
do this anymore.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, Kale out.
Good night and good luck. Wow. Well, that was great. Let's take a break and come back with Jax and Friends.
Guys, we're back with Jax and Friends. Sorry, my voice.
I'm more reacting to these weird commercial breaks that we're taking that are only seconds long on our end.
We're not actually doing it. We'll do that later.
Right. I didn't realize. Okay.
Really letting everyone behind the curtain of the Nook.
Well,
Daniel.
so next you're going to tell them that Letterman is actually shot at 4 in the afternoon and it's not night.
What?
Letterman.
Isn't he dead?
No, he just grew a beard.
No.
God.
Same thing. Same diff.
Daniel, what did you
Hi.
make of Vanderpump Rules starting it fresh this year?
Fresh eyes on some VPR.
It's quite the sight to behold, guys. I mean, first takeaway is these people are delusional. I mean, they are living in a world that is not real. This fellow James, he's really got it.
He's got it.
To me,
does.
he has
Confidence.
such an it factor.
Yes.
I mean, the third person, the how much he loves his life. And I'm not watching that saying like, oh, that life's shitty. I'm watching that being like, I wish I loved my life a fraction of the way that he is. There's a level of just being content that is so admirable. If I had even a fraction of that in my life, I'd be such a happier fella.
I mean, he's a talented DJ. He's cheating on his girlfriend. What more could he want?
He turned Tuesdays into a thing.
He sure did.
I mean, bless to him.
It's hard because Tuesdays weren't a thing.
No, not before.
Watching Kristen Doughty try to take him down and take his poor girlfriend down, who's such Raquel is such a...
Kristen is the one leading the charge that he used to date, right?
Yes.
Yes.
See, that's a different delusion. That's
What I
like,
find funniest about that is literally if in the middle of any of those arguments he turned to her and said, do you want to go grab a drink? She'd be like, yes.
Yes.
Because also baldly that she just is in love with him. And I have the same takeaway as Daniel. Never has someone done more with less than James, whatever. I mean, he has more confidence based on truly nothing than, I mean, if I had even a quarter of the confidence, I truly do admire that.
I mean, this
the
gentleman
guy
this gentleman has made multiple comparisons to himself and Kanye West.
Yeah.
Multiple.
And we're talking 3 seasons back comparing himself to
I
Kanye
believe
West.
he took a selfie and instead of saying cheese, he said, I'm a DJ, which I thought was bald and perfect.
Yeah.
I will say, I think beneath it all, he does just want to be liked, and he seems like he was maybe bullied as a child, and
You think everyone was bullied as a child. If literally anything happens to anyone, you're like, Casey, they were most likely bullied as a child.
well, did you see the next on? Because that was all that mattered. You're talking about these 3 episodes. The next on was the key. He almost lost Tuesday night, and he burst into tears. I mean, give the guy.
He almost lost Tuesdays?
He's going to have a real
she
come to
almost-
God with
yeah.
Lisa, it seems.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Curious what you think of Jax and Brittany and their sort of knocking on James and Raquel, even though they were in a very similar situation to them last year. Like them thinking that they were better than them, like sitting them like, we're not Jax and Raquel. I mean, because even though I cheated on you and lied about it, I wanted to be a better person.
Well, I think there was a transparency there that they're leaning on pretty hard, which was like, well, when I got caught, of course I admitted it. This other gentleman is taking a deny till you die stance.
Deny till you die. And I love that you're continuing to refer to him as this gentleman.
But he got that accent.
Well, he's British, so he's got.
He's a gentleman by birth.
I'm attracted to James, as I've said several times.
I'm not attracted to him at all. I am attracted to Jax, even though he is walking syphilis. It's worth it.
Well, he's got a Florida vibe that I'm sure just harkens back to your youth.
To the boys who let me give them hand jobs if I was lucky enough. Like, please, sir, can I give you a hand job?
Can I give you another?
All right.
Jax, the
fucking
same
touch
thing.
my wiener.
Jax, same thing I said last time I weighed in on Jax, although he's in a much different place in his life, is he just has truly mastered. I mean, he is gaslighting this fiance of his to a level that is just remarkable. And she seems like a sweet girl who could do better, but at the same point, he seems as if he's turned his life around. I mean,
You're so optimistic.
He's saying it.
He's in great shape now.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he's back behind the bar.
I mean, he's flustered, though, if he's a minute behind that bar.
He is
That
flustered.
pride line got him flustered.
Yeah,
he did.
shook him.
I'll tell you, it's not like riding a bike.
I'll tell you what, and I never thought I'd say it. I'm tired of pride on the show.
Yes.
Every single episode is.
Tough stance.
No, I'm just saying for
By
long.
the way, edit out the pause between pride and on the show so that it's a continuous sentence.
Well, this is why I'm saying it. You know, Danielle, every episode of Vanderpump Rules, they're just so into pride.
Well, and
not that they're into pride. It's just like
It's like the drama that goes down at Pride.
Yes,
seems
of
to,
course.
like,
I'd rather
it's
see
Pride. We don't-
pride than
Yes.
these people. Then why did they kind of break out Sheena's episode like it was a sitcom? That was very tough.
That was tough to watch.
Just the editors, guys.
I was
Guys-
angry.
Seemed like you didn't have that much trouble watching it or every episode.
Oh, I
of
watched
this
every
stuff.
minute and then
Yeah,
rewound it.
yeah.
But still,
Tough to watch.
it was tough to watch. Also, Schwartz is my least favorite person on the show. He is, as
Love
I
him.
call him, a human flaccid penis. Like he is the embodiment of that to me. And it was never was I proved so right as to when his own fiance said, she literally said this about his dick. I used to call it a chicken and now it's a cock. That's rough to say about your own husband.
Is that an insult? It's hard to follow.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. It's a
Yeah.
bit of a runaround, but
But it seems like an upgrade. I mean, wouldn't you rather?
Yeah, you'd
cock is at least a word
But the
for
fact
a
that
dick.
you use-
Chicken
whereas chicken is
yeah.
just an animal,
Yeah.
farm animal.
That is traditionally used as a euphemism for
being
fear.
for being scared.
Yeah, for being
But I
scared
think
and
what she
retreating.
meant is like he was not a man and now he's a man, like in that sort of like quote unquote sense of the word. Like, I don't know. I don't think that that's nice to say about
Watching him disgustingly lying on that couch
in a nightgown.
in a what did she call it?
A muumuu.
A muumuu.
Yeah.
I was angry. It made me angry.
Now, a little birdie told me that of all the cast members, she is the most
Katie?
Katie's the most disliked by the crew by far, that she's monstrous.
What?
I know. Of course, I felt bad for her when James Kennedy was just like calling her fat. That was,
He's the like
he's got a hair trigger and he will just find someone's weakness. But as we all know, she's not my favorite
I can't remember why you don't like her anymore.
because of her weight. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She looks great compared to me. She looks amazing.
Stop.
Well, I'm being serious. I think she
please.
looks great. Okay, guys, you're right.
Now, Lala. Thoughts on Lala, fellas?
She seems like a lot to handle. I was watching the
More like a law to handle.
yeah, a lot to handle. I like how she sort of plays the middle against both sides. I kind of enjoy her sort of diplomacy, but I really am looking forward to the clap in the face next episode.
Yes, me too.
Clap in the face. What's
Like, and scenes from next week when she's like clapping
yeah,
in Raquel's
yeah, I
face,
saw
like,
that.
wake up, Raquel.
Her body
don't-
at Pride, when she turned around, I was shocked. I've never seen such a good body in my life.
Have we gotten eyes on this man, Randall?
Yes, he's a troll.
Oh, not really eyes.
You're saying all this just on this podcast? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and he's in the entertainment business.
He's an enormous producer in Hollywood.
Well, look,
I like him.
would I be in a movie of his in a second? Sure.
We'd love to work with you, Randall.
Yeah.
Randall, I'm in.
If you're listening, we love you.
You're
I've
great.
never seen him, but I would love to work with him.
Yeah. What was I going to say about Lala? Oh, you were laughing at her testimonials, David. You were like, she's genuinely hilarious.
Really?
She had such a funny joke. I'm trying to remember what it was. She's genuinely, I think, very
love
funny.
That sort of accent she takes on. I don't love that. Like
I was sensing an accent.
Like she kind of does like a tough girl accent that isn't fully put on that you'll come across here and again that I don't love.
Yeah, like she'll race you in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
Don't love that.
I love Lala. To me, she is empowered.
Mm-hmm.
She has self-love, but not like that sort of like fake kind of like posturing. I think she does truly want to bring the women together and has been a unifying force. Her
I do
and
think
Bethany.
there's- I'm sorry,
Brittany. Sorry.
There's
It
some
is refreshing to
posturing.
see a gorgeous woman with confidence in herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do sort of, it's amazing that she's been beautiful her entire life and still figured out a way to love herself.
And yet finds herself on a reality show.
Yeah.
Look,
Which she's stumbled into, I'm sure,
Bless her.
while thinking of if she should do anything with her life.
Okay, I can't follow that, but I think there is some posturing with her. I hate how she refers to her guy as my man.
well, I guess
So
she didn't want to.
That's the tough accent that I'm talking about a little bit. Like sometimes it's a little bit of a put on of like this character. I don't know. I can't describe what character it is, but it just clearly doesn't seem like her natural personality.
I thought she was saying my man, at least last season, because he was still married.
She is, but there's something about how proud she is to have a man.
Yes, that is true.
And to have this man that she's like holding it over everyone as though everyone cares.
Well, like that she's in an adult relationship and everyone else.
Yes.
But I will say everyone else is in sort of a frat house relationship, it seems. And she is sort of in the only sort of like adult. Like Ariane and Tom, they make me sad.
So Tom's the one, that dresses up in all those costumes.
Yeah, she's the one who's like, he has all these horrible jokes all the time. I fucking hate him.
so clear how much she hates him.
It's tangible.
And you've seen the relationship really, rise and fall because they were like so into each other the first season. And then there's just hatred on both of their parts.
No, I don't know.
Which one of those is
Ariana is the blonde, very pretty blonde with the short hair, and she's with the guy that's always dressed up in like all the costumes.
Oh, the short guy you hate, the short
No,
guy?
this is other Tom. There's Tom Schwartz and then Tom Sandoval.
Oh, so
And they
the
own a
one
restaurant.
you really don't like is the super handsome one. That's
Exactly.
interesting.
That's what's shocking.
Tom Schwartz, I don't find to be super handsome at all.
He's
So-
traditionally a hunk. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, he's a 10
I
if
like
he's a
an
minute.
Oh, he's an 11 if the scale went that high.
Guys, I
Scale
like
busted.
an untraditional guy.
Yeah.
What can I
He
say?
busted the scale, I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what. Guy's handsome, man. That hair alone is incredible.
I mean, you could set your watch to that
I mean,
jawline.
He's 55 years old and he looks 12.
That's Sandoval.
No.
Schwartz, you always think Sandoval's cute. Sandoval's like,
He looks like Clea Duvall, who I think is very attractive.
Sandoval looks like a walking bottle of Drakkar.
Honestly, I like the smell of Drakkar.
yeah. Now, you
Again.
guys might not know this, but would it surprise you, or I'm sure you realize it, Ariana's a stand-up comic?
Which one is Ariana?
Blonde with the short hair that she just mentioned.
That's
She's a
not
stand-up
I mean,
comic.
so she's the one who has the budding relationship, is throwing the
With
dueling
comedy.
birthday with the dueling birthday party with Stassi.
Yes.
Yeah. She seems like a stand-up.
I don't believe.
Stassi's boyfriend, I really, really
I'm
like him.
Into him.
She's going to phase her way out of the show because she's kind of like reached the peak, which is when you have to phase off is when your life gets normal. And she's turned that corner, unfortunately.
But I'm proud of
her. I'm happy for her.
Me too, but she needs to leave now.
Is Stassi the only one, and this might be a newcomer's perspective, but is she the only one
With
that
the
seems
name
like
Stassi?
that she's only is she the only one named Stassi? Is she the only one that's sort of like above the waves and everyone else is kind of riding them a little bit?
Okay, well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is she
exactly
used to
it.
be the waves? She was like when an earthquake happens underwater, and like she was just
a tsunami.
a tsunami. She was just a goddamn mess.
T is silent, buddy.
Yeah. But now she's kind of risen above and she's like in a nice relationship. She used to be a mess.
Yeah, she really was. She didn't know how to handle her emotions. She had anger that was unchecked.
The other kind of like upperclassman is that girl, Kristen, who's now she's dove right back into the wreck.
Well, she was never an upperclassman. She just got fired. And they were like, well, guess she's gone. She's like, oh, I'll get in that back alley and I'll sit there and wait for them to come out. I'll smoke a cigarette as long as I want. And they'll just come out in the back alley and
see
I'll
me.
make them talk to me.
Yeah.
She's the one who's rounding up all the girls to take
Yes.
down James.
She looks like she doesn't even have a mic on. She's just like wandering onto set.
She's like hopping up to catch the boom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big time. They're
is
literally,
that-
the producers are like, I thought, like, she's not on the call sheet today. Like, what's happening?
How about the girl that she's with, that poor unfortunate
Holly?
soul who
This is
slept
another
with
one.
James?
This is a very like Jax approach too. It's like that girl's coming at the girlfriend of James like, listen, I gotta tell you, he's a bad guy. He's been sleeping with me for 3 years. It's like, but
And she's
you're
like,
on the other side of that equation. Like it's the same kind of thing Jax would do when I previously saw
Faith, yeah.
the other 2 episodes I saw years ago was that he would always just have this thing of like where he would blame like the girl that he was with that he was cheating on her. It's very I admire it. You know?
Well,
it's a good way
also-
to win an argument.
Also, that girl, when she was kind of confronting Raquel, she's like, do you know how hard this is for me to tell you that I've been cheating with Jax for 3 years? Like, this is pretty hard on me.
By the way, then they flash back to the girl she was standing next to having to tell someone else that she was a girl that was cheating with a guy. Remember that?
Yeah.
And because she was like, there was like a testimony where it's like, it is very hard for someone to do this. She should be applauded. And then you
Oh,
pop to
Kristen.
her
That was
doing
Kristen.
it.
Kristen
Yes.
was like, I did sleep with Jax.
Yes.
Yeah.
You pop to the exact same thing.
But then I
Yes.
like the other pop where Raquel's like, I mean, this keeps happening. And James is like, what are you talking about? And then they pop to like multiple women being like, saying to her, I cheated on you.
Oh yeah, I got him good. It was
Yeah.
like a 6-part flashback.
By the way, of course that guy's cheating. We are seeing this guy at the absolute white hot peak of his life.
Yes.
If by the way, I applaud him. Sleep with everybody you can sleep with.
David.
Also, no offense
Because guess what? Get it while they're getting good because they're getting gonna be gone.
no offense to James though. It's also like if you're the girl that's lying about sleeping with him, it's not that great. Like if you've done it, chances are you're pretty ashamed about it. So you're not like someone said the most astute quote was like, your man's not Johnny Depp. People aren't lying about sleeping with him.
Yeah.
It's a
That was
tough
Lala.
look. It's a tough
That was
look.
Lala that said that.
It's a
Yeah.
tough look.
Tough look.
And
By
then
the
you
way,
could tell
tough
she
reference.
felt.
I couldn't tell. Was she referencing current Johnny Depp, which is somewhat of like you wouldn't necessarily want your man to be current Johnny Depp, or was she was saying like
I think
the traditional Johnny
yeah,
Depp, which
Johnny,
is a very
like
great,
you know
handsome
when we
man.
think of Johnny Depp at his prime.
Yeah, not
When we
wine
think of-
bottle throwing
No, I think it was the animated movie where he's the lizard.
Rango.
Rango.
Rango Johnny Depp, definitely Rango.
Rango Depp.
Rango Unchained.
Rango Unchained was a weird movie.
Yeah, they should not have attempted that crossover.
Oh, God.
You really.
No, I was just thinking about it. Vanderpump fills me with a joy.
I will say, of all the shows that you throw on while I'm in there and try to get me to watch, this one is the most fascinating for whatever reason.
This
I don't
one
know
has
why.
staying
Yes.
power.
Well,
This one you have two people starting a beer cheese business.
By the way,
Me,
would love
me.
some.
Mima's beer cheese. One of my favorite parts was when Jax came back to Vanderpump, and you know it's hard to go home again. And Jax was like, "It's so different now. The computers are different." He was so flummoxed by like the micro system that was like happening there.
Well, that was the other episode I saw. That was like it was like a John Henry episode where he was walking through some like showroom or like Vegas, and they had an automated like
Yes,
robot
shot me.
bartender. They cut to like a look of him as if it was like the end of John Henry, and he like just saw like there's a machine that is going to take my place, and this is all I can do. And he died with his making his final mojito as he spiked into the salt lick one last time.
I liked how this gentleman said that he resigned from his position, which is typically a word that you reserve for like someone who's in politics or a coach.
Traditionally
like
requires a letter.
Or like that there's an HR system.
That there's something formal about the process of essentially storming out.
Yeah, which is
and
what we also
being
do.
like sweaty, drunk, and like coked out of your mind, and your boss telling you to get the fuck out.
And he's like, I resigned.
Yeah, he's like, I resigned from my position.
I hereby resign. Okay.
I liked the moment when Raquel was like sticking up for James, and she was like, he treats me so well. He treats me like a princess. I mean, he is never rude to me unless he's really drunk. It's like, whoa, okay. And there we have it. There we have it.
Everyone throws around treats me like a queen a little too much, I think.
Yeah.
How many people are really out there getting treated like a queen?
Well, I don't think they have the basis.
You guys set that one up
Guys,
beforehand.
we are using this podcast to renew our vows.
Oh,
that's a kiss of death in this world.
Another thing I loved was when Schwartz making James scream that Katie is luscious.
Okay, that was strange. That was a weird. That is a very bizarre way to get an apology.
Yeah,
Where it's like,
so
okay,
strange.
say you're sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Now say my girlfriend's luscious and beautiful and thick in all the right worlds. It's like, excuse you, buddy. Now you should like you need to get apologized. Like that's weird.
I thought they were going to pan down to find him jerking off underneath his turntables.
You owe him an apology
Yeah.
after
James's
that.
face when he said that. First, James was like, "I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry, man." And then when he hit the word "luscious," James looked like, "What?"
It was it was like, it puts the lotion in the basket.
Yeah.
Like that's what it
He
felt
was
like.
say
to
it,
me.
man. Say she's luscious. And I've never seen someone so not wanting to go up and defend their girlfriend's honor. He just like lazily went up there like, ugh.
But then he got real creepy.
Cheating too. Every one of these guys is cheating.
It was like Rudd picking up the plates in Wet Hot. He was like, a gob,
Yeah.
a defender honor.
I really do admire, though. They're all, I say this to Casey every time, they're all still, I mean, living the dream is a strong word, but they're,
Very strong.
I had fun in my 20s going to bars and drinking with friends. That is not my life anymore. They have all managed to hold on in a way that is admirable.
Well, it's sad. It's
tough.
devastating.
They seem pretty happy.
Well, it's their job.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
I guess
I
you're
would
right.
like to
I feel
do
you're
that.
painting a devastating picture of your current
domesticity.
life. I've heard you yell at one point, "Everybody's cheating." I heard you yell that one.
It's
Yeah,
also
the only
like-
thing you see was me, like everybody's cheating but me.
Yeah, everyone gets a cheap puppy.
Everybody gets a cheap
No,
puppy.
we walked in this morning on the way out. It's like, okay, we only got 40 minutes. We got to get everyone up, dressed, in the car, walked into our son's room, and his crib was covered in vomit. And we're just like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing a bath first. But I love my children and my wife. And my life.
Yeah.
Are you
love it.
crying? Are you crying?
I love it. I'm just saying occasionally it would be nice to, still have a couple roommates that I can get shit-faced with.
Yeah, occasionally be nice to turn Tuesday into a fucking thing.
By the way, the last time I've been fucking out on a Tuesday, now I've been drunk on a Tuesday, as your listeners know, but I mean outside of my home.
Forget about it.
Well, David takes all his meals in bed with me,
Yeah.
as we all know.
Yeah.
For your birthdays, I got you both
Yes.
tray tables for your bed.
Many, and so did others.
I know.
Got David
That was tough.
engraved tray tables
Multiple people.
to have his dinner on his lap.
See, that's actually treated like a queen. See, I think people...
Thank you.
They throw this term around like David said,
Thank
but
you.
truly being treated like a queen is being given your meals in your bed.
Yes.
Especially the current queen, who probably is on bed rest, basically, at this point.
She gets trotted out every once in a while.
She went to that Angels game recently where Drebin did the whole.
That's Naked Gun, the movie.
Yeah,
which was
remember?
a long time
And I
ago.
think people were trying to kill her, and he
Right.
thwarted the whole thing.
Reggie Jackson was there.
Yeah, that was a good outing.
Let's
for
talk
her.
about a movie from the 80s right now.
Was
You're
that
gonna
the
lose our
80s?
listeners
Late
fast.
80s?
Because they're a lot younger.
Are
We
they?
found that.
How do
We
you
were just
guys
talking
keep up?
about Billy
Do you have-
Joel.
You use Brian
Hey,
Grazer's
stop going over me.
Brian Grazer's young consultant that he carries around. Does he come in and tell?
Young consultant.
Yeah. Waiting for it.
I think I'm coming across this upset with my life.
I'm going to get tweets about this.
What? I love my life. I'm just kidding.
Case, I have a story.
Sure.
Oh.
Ooh.
I believe we're coming up on the 3rd anniversary of your discovery of Vanderpump.
Wow, we are.
And the reason is, now help me out with the story, because I don't know all the details, and I'm sure some of them are shocking.
Because we were at a wedding in Chicago.
My wedding.
Your wedding.
Oops.
And here's the full circle.
I forgot whose. That's right. I threw my back out reaching for a bra.
Reaching for a brassiere.
And
Yep, I was there.
Remember this?
that's
Wow.
right. And I couldn't get shimmy out of my coat. And David got me from the wheelchair to the bed. And
Wheelchair. Wheelchair
Yeah.
is the gap word there.
yeah.
By the way, run this story back to the street, the middle of the street.
After I shuffled out from the bra store, when I was standing in front of, what was that pizza place? Lou
We went to
Malnati's?
Portillo's in Chicago. I was excited. I'm from Chicago. I was very excited to be back there. I was going to eat food. We got out of a cab in the middle of the street to walk over, and Casey simply just stopped and said, "I can't move." And I was like, just tough it out and walk 2 steps off onto the curb, and she couldn't. And so I had to like carry her off the street and then get back into the same cab, which is always... And
How many times does that happen? It's always.
I don't know. I mean, how many times have I pushed you in a wheelchair? I mean, it's a
Well, on
shock.
our honeymoon, he pushed me the
Yeah.
first night. So I fell dancing on my
What's going
wedding.
on with your body?
Well, it's a broken toy. I fell on my knee dancing, and so for our honeymoon, literally just pushing me through the airport. First day.
Matt had to run me through a hospital in New York City. Literally it was like Shirley MacLaine in terms of endearment. Like I had food poisoning and things were coming out of every hole.
Yeah, we know what food poisoning is. So
Yeah,
we
And
don't-
that
You just said food poisoning.
yeah.
I like to give all the details. We're old friends here. This isn't the first time I've told you about my body.
Danielle's been very open, and I won't go into it now with her body
No.
on the podcast. I won't.
Don't.
I won't.
These fellows don't need to know everything. And but like had to run me through a hospital, like carrying me, screaming like, "We need somebody." Turns out it just, had a food poisoning, but still like ran me through a hospital, like carrying me.
Well, Danielle and I had pledged to watch Vanderpump for our listeners, and I didn't care for it because it was like I was under duress watching it, and I was on Vicodin, and I'm missing the wedding, and I'm getting all these texts from David, but then I've never been so wrong.
Yeah. We both came out wrong. I think because we had to watch too much at a time.
I'd like to rewatch it now, knowing what I know.
That's called
All
a.
right,
That's
like
called
Rashomon.
It's a.
Rashomon.
It's a Breaking Bad. Let's not rewatch seasons of it.
Well, to you maybe.
It's a B&D. I mean, that's a blessing in disguise. if ever there was one.
A B&D.
It's the classic B&D.
Classic.
I'm sorry. We are all
Sorry,
pausing
guys.
for Danielle's intermittent cough.
Sorry, guys. I'm doing what I can here.
I'm sad that I missed your wedding for Vanderpump Rules, but
I'm sad that I missed your wedding too because I wasn't invited.
oh,
Yeah, you guys did know each other pretty well. at that
pretty
point.
well at that point.
Yeah, well, it was a tight list.
Tight 300.
It was like a 500-person
It was a
wedding.
tight 380.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't make that cut.
Got about 400 no's.
Well,
Try to keep it intimate at 380.
There are multiple honorary seats that were just...
Yeah, and yeah, honorary short ribs left out.
guys,
wow.
Well, what show should we talk about next, guys?
Any final words?
any thoughts?
So, first and foremost, please watch Champagne Hill on YouTube. And secondly, I love my wife and my family so much.
know
I've
you
never
do.
cheated. And that's why, honestly, I truly have never.
You told me you never cheated because you have Jewish guilt, not because you didn't want to.
You know what? There's no pictures on a scorecard. All we know is that I have 0 cheats in my past, and we don't need to get into the reasons of how I got that 0, but I got a 0. No, I couldn't love my wife more and my family. And I'm very, very happy. I was just doing jokes. I'm getting looks from my wife.
I know. And Daniel.
Did you want to say anything about have you never cheated on your wife?
I'm miserable, guys. I'm white knuckling it through this whole thing.
It's only been 3 years.
I know. What? What? No, this is an amazing experience to sit in this nook with you people who I admire so much. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you guys for officially being on the podcast. We've been wanting to get you both on for a while.
And I will say an official shout out to my wife, Lindsay Libman. Thank you for just everything.
All right.
Nice.
That is nice. I'm just saying it just makes me look bad.
No. And
just kidding.
we've been working together all so long, from Happy Endings, and Daniel and Matthew wrote on that. And then you guys created this show, Daniel. It's so amazing.
Well, we're on a rocket ride, so either latch on or be left behind. You're on Earth.
We are honored to be on the podcast. Thank you to all your listeners it's so sweet how much they love the show. And
Where can we find
a remarkable
Champagne Ale?
thing you guys have built.
We on YouTube?
you.
Just go on YouTube. Put in the little search engine Champagne Ale. It's right there.
Wow. Now we have a happy birthday.
Yes, we do. We just have a little happy birthday before we end the episode. And we just want to say happy birthday to Joanna. It's her 30th birthday from Kim. She loves you and she just wanted to say happy birthday.
Hi, Joanna.
Happy birthday.
Happy.
Guys, happy holidays. We'll be back in the new year.
Merry Christmas. I think you're all in a league of your own.
Wow. Bringing it all back. Happy Lou Year.
Happy Lou Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. She's gonna
Daniel
have a great one.
Libman, David Caspe, Lyra, thank you for everything, recording us, editing us. Goodbye to the Nook.
Goodbye to the Nook. God bless the Nook.
To whoever comes here next, and I'm sure podcasts.
Oh, wow. This is the last one here.
Yeah.
Well, it truly is a happy Honda days.
And we'll leave
You're
you at
getting a
that.
Honda, and you're getting a Honda, and you're getting a Honda.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, my God.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Chris Bannon, and Colin Anderson. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.
This holiday season, Earwolf wants to spread some cheer. Cheerwolf, if you will. We've got special episodes all over the network just for you.
This first one sounds really good.
Andrew T. and Tawny Newsome, we talked to Kulap Velisak about holiday racism. Anya was this racist.
Unspooled, take a deep dive into AFI's favorite Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life.
Our good buds at Off Book have 3 holiday musicals.
Surprise! All the special holiday episodes of With Special Guest are out from behind the paywall as a gift for you.
Check out a very special Improv for Humans episode, Best of the Bible.
On Are You Talking REM Remy? Me and Adam Scott talk about every REM holiday single released and nothing else. Certainly there would never be anything else to talk about.
Sean and Hayes, the boys hit the slopes with Adam Pally on an episode of Hollywood Handbook.
On Beautiful Anonymous, Chris Gethard is taking calls for New Year's resolutions from you. Tune in on Earwolf's Facebook page December 21st at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Marissa and Lisser get a special listener call-in with a heartfelt proposal on Womp It Up, followed by the Christmas Womptacular released from behind the paywall.
There's so many more. Comedy Bang Bang, How Did This Get Made, Getting Curious, Who Charted, and Freedom!
Happy holidays, happy listening, and a merry Cheerwolf to all.
So much stuff, so much cheer. Cheer Wolf!